Alrighty, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel for the first episode of the Legion Lounge Live for 2021. We are back at it again with another live stream over here on the channel, and as always, I am joined by my co-host and brother, Toxic Strike. What is going on, bro?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
So we're back. It's a new year. It's a new time. We're about to start a new season of DCTV. We've got quite a few new things to talk about here on the channel. We've got some new StreamBeats going on in the background. A new one was just released today. It's like some nice Minecraft chill thing, so it's back there. It's back there if you guys can hear it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so we've got quite a bit to talk about today. I'm gonna try to keep this one relatively short, maybe about an hour and a half at the most. We've got DCTV starting back up again tonight at 8 p.m. with the season 2 premiere of Batwoman. Going to be sure to watch that and get a video up as soon as possible with my review for that. And as far as the stream goes today, we're going to talk about Cobra Kai Season 3, Wonder Woman 1984, full spoilers for both of those. They've been out for a little while now, so might as well get into full spoilers on that. WandaVision just dropped its first 2 episodes this past Friday. That was crazy. We're going to talk about that as well, and then just kind of preview this season of DCTV. And if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, just let us know down there in the chat, and we will be sure to get to it. But let's kick things off real quick before we get into Cobra Kai. Let's just give our Wonder Woman thoughts real quick, because that's quick and easy.
Yeah.
You ready? We rehearsed this. Wonder Woman 1984.
Wonder Woman we just messed it up.
We just messed it up.
Wonder Woman 1984 is good, but it can be better.
Yeah. So
that was a total mess up of it, but
yeah.
you already know.
Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. Wonder Woman 1984 is good, but it can be better. So if you guys want us to go more in depth on it, just let us know. I didn't really think it was that all that, you know. I prefer the first one over this one. But I still thought it was a good movie. It's just a good, you know, popcorn flick, whatever. But I just, you know, it wasn't anything special in my opinion. It didn't grab me as much as it did a lot of other people. But if you really enjoyed it and you really connected with it, all the more to you. I'm glad that you did love it. I was somebody that was very excited for it going into it, but you know, unfortunately it just kind of didn't live up to that hype for me. And I think you feel the same way.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is I forget exactly who said it, but somebody said that Wonder Woman 1984 reminds them of just like a one-off comic. You know, there might be a lot of plot holes or whatever, but that's not really like the point of it. It's just trying to tell like a little small story.
Yeah.
And, you know, I kind of commend them for doing that. You know, they weren't really trying to do anything super crazy with it. And it was kind of crazy, but in the sense of like, just kind of like let it be, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things that might not have, you know, worked with the continuity that they're currently in, but still, I mean, it's not bad. I do like a lot of the characters. I feel like it was very well acted. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just at the end of the day, I feel like there's just kind of, it is what it is, you know. It's a little something missing from it. I don't know exactly what, but
it wasn't quite what I wanted from the movie. There were elements that I liked. There were elements that I didn't like. I mean, I thought Maxwell Lord was great, but like
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal is Maxwell Lord. I thought he was amazing.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, but like outside of that, it was just kind of, you know, average movie for me. Like, it was like kind of middle of the road, like not overwhelmingly bad and not overwhelmingly good, just a decent superhero movie that was fun to watch once. I'd probably watch it again if it was, you know, on TV one night and I had nothing else to do and it was on. Sure, I'd watch some parts of it, I'd watch some clips of it, but I wouldn't go out of my way, at least at this point, to rewatch it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's better on a rewatch. Maybe people enjoyed it more that were able to actually see it in a movie theater. Maybe that experience was what made it better for some people, and that was something that a lot of people brought up, is like, well, the critics' reviews were really good and most of them were actually able to go see it in private screenings or whatever, but for us that saw it at home, maybe it's different. It's kind of the first big blockbuster that we've seen really at home for the first time.
It's just like, if it comes down to if the movie is better in theaters or not. I mean, it's like I mean, I'm gonna talk about this slightly, but when we saw the movie Valerian, that was a movie that looked really, really good, and it was, it just looked amazing. It was like literally like one of the best, if not one, like the best movie I've ever really seen. But the thing is, I mean, you can still at the end of the day kind of see that it wasn't a good movie. I don't really think that. I don't really think that. I mean, I understand a little bit of it, yeah, like being in a big theater, but like, I don't know. I also felt like at the end it was kind of dragging a little bit, and it kind of felt like a really
the
long
movie
that didn't need to be that long.
Yeah, the movie definitely dragged out for longer than it needed to be. It was like a 2-hour story dragged into 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it didn't really even have to be a 2-hour movie.
Yeah,
it just feels like a short story that they really were trying to tell.
Yeah, it was kind of like a short one-off comic that they decided to make into a movie, and I liked the beginning bits of it, not necessarily the Themyscira scene, but the mall scene, and then onwards for like about an hour and a half after that. I thought that was really solid. They kind of leaned into the 80s aesthetic of everything. But then eventually they just kind of dropped off of that, forgot that it was supposed to be an ode to the 80s movie, and then it was just random Wonder Woman story that could have literally been set anywhere, and the only reason it wasn't set in present day was just so people couldn't have cell phones and take pictures of things and know that Wonder Woman was around, Like, that was basically the only reason it was set in 1984 by the end of it. And I feel like if they had leaned more into the 80s aesthetic of things and the 80s feel, and the rest of the movie felt like that first mall scene, I feel like it would have been a lot better.
Actually, one thing I will say though is I do think that a lot of the fight scenes in this movie at least were really nice, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's also something that Wonder Woman, first Wonder Woman first,
yeah,
that it had that it had over Wonder Woman 84, and over Wonder Woman 82 all the way down to 2, but no, from 82, 83, I'm going to say. Anyway, I was trying to make a joke, but it didn't play off very well.
I don't understand.
Because
all I know is the next one should be Wonder Woman 2077.
No, all I'm saying is, what I was trying to say was it went up to 84, and I was going to say from like 2 all the way up to 83. Get it? No, only me. Anyway, but I will say the fight scenes are really nice, and just the cinematography and everything, it looked really good. Yeah.
I thought it was a well-directed movie. It was a movie that looked really good. There was nothing, like, in a technical aspect, there was nothing wrong with it. Yeah. I just didn't connect with the story as much as a lot of other people did.
Yeah, also, I think it's part of its development issues that it had.
Yeah, it had a really weird, really weird development process. Like, it was supposed to come out 2 years ago or something like that, and then it got delayed, and then because it wasn't done,
it got delayed like 20 times.
Yeah, basically, it was. Yeah,
it had a lot of issues.
It had a lot of
And honestly, I can understand that. But I mean, that's all I really got to say about Wonder Woman.
Yeah, me
it was
too.
Good, but it can be better.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, all in all, Wonder Woman 1984 was good, but it can be better. So yeah. So let's move over to something that I thought couldn't get any better, but then did get better. Cobra Kai. Yeah, no, something that I thought could not get any better, but then it did get better. Cobra Kai season 3, coming off of season 2 and season 1. I mean, like, it was so good. It was such a good show. It was it was so underrated until it went to Netflix, and then everybody else saw.
Honestly, there's actually a few other YouTube shows that are like that, supposedly, that are like really good, and people just don't watch them because they're on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it's a weird place to have like original content and original series, and you wouldn't think that a real, quote unquote, real TV show would be something on YouTube like that. But Cobra Kai was definitely the outlier. And it had some real crazy stuff going on in the first 2 seasons. And then just jumping into season 3, with now this Netflix budget and everything, I'm not sure when it was, like, when in the development process it went over to Netflix, if they had already started filming season 3 and then Netflix picked it up, or if Netflix picked it up and then they filmed season 3. But either way, you can tell the stakes were upped, the budget was upped, the post-production was upped. This whole season was just on another level as compared to last season, as far as, you know, cinematography goes, the framing of different scenes, and just, you know, the scenery and the different environments that they were in. It just all was insane, you know?
Yeah, honestly, I will say, I think this is something that we said, is like almost like every season things just get bigger and better, honestly. You know, I mean, I still really do love season 1, but like I feel like there's a lot of things that like improve over time. And just like, honestly, this is one of the shows that does character development really well.
Yeah.
And like, it's weird. Like, I was thinking about it, but it's just like, I can't really decide like what the real target audience is. You know, it's yes, the target audience is, you know, part of the people that watch the original Karate Kid movies. And also it's a new audience as well. And honestly, that's what I love about it, you know, is that you really don't have to watch the older shows to really understand.
Well, yeah, exactly. The older movies. Like, and we have only seen the first one.
The first one.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have to watch the rest now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean,
we've wanted to watch the rest for a while, and we just haven't gotten around to it. And after this season, it's just like, okay, yeah, we've got to watch Karate Kid 2, 3,
I need to get caught
and
up a little bit.
probably even Karate Kid 4, because it seems like that could, like anything Karate Kids 1 through 4, just all the Miyagi movies, that is all fair game, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've definitely got to go back and watch the rest of them. If you haven't seen them, highly suggest going back and watching them, because we need to as well. I'm pretty sure they're on Netflix at this point now. If Cobra Kai is airing on Netflix, I would assume that the movies are there as well.
I mean,
I'm pretty
I
sure
would
I
assume
saw
that
them.
whoever the new creators are, of course, have the rights to it. I don't think they're just.
I don't think the creators of Cobra Kai have the rights to Karate Kid. I think they're just licensing it, probably, to be able to make it. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
it's weird.
I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, I think they have free range on whatever happened Karate Kids 1 through 4.
It might just be like a Sony deal with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't seem like anything's off limits. They're just like, all right, bring in
Chosen.
Yeah, bring in Chosen. Terry Silver, like
all of them. Honestly.
All this stuff, like, you know, everything's fair game at this point.
Man, I will just say that also it brings in a lot of character. You know, like I feel like, you know, in a show like this, they could easily just be all like, oh, that good, bad, yada yada. But now they actually are really, you know, pushing this kind of idea that, you know, is Kreese really a bad guy too? You know, especially with flashback,
I really
you know, showing what he's
that.
experienced, and it's just like. It makes me think, is Kreese really a bad guy, or is he just somebody that's just broken?
I think,
you know?
That's the idea of a really good villain, is somebody that you can say, hey, yeah, they're a bad guy on a surface level, right? But there's a reason why they're doing the things that they do. They're not just bad for the sake of being bad. Like, they have a background, they have a backstory, they have a reason as to why they are the way that they are currently.
I mean, he's just got serious PTSD, basically.
Yeah, he's got serious PTSD, and he just kind of had a messed up life even beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, with his mother, you know, committing suicide because, you know, she was probably depressed or something. And that's also something interesting, is during that time when he was, you know, a kid, they didn't really understand any of that stuff. You know, and it's just kind of crazy how he probably might have something similar. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he might be going through the same kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. I didn't even
Cobra
really
Kai
think
season
about
4,
that.
They're just going to be helping John Kreese.
Yeah, no, well, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Is that kind of does actually tie back to his mother a little bit, is she had a mental illness, and it seems like he does now too with the PTSD, you know?
Yeah. And that's from Vietnam.
A crazy war experience, which we got to see, which was easily one of my favorite parts of the season. I think the flashbacks with Kreese really, really kind of made this season what it was, as far as giving more background on Kreese. Like, we could have just kept seeing little nods and stuff to it, but actually, making a full-on flashback story, kind of like Arrow style, is like, yeah, this is what happened.
He literally was on the NU, basically.
Yeah, he was basically on the island, and it was I really enjoyed that, and I think they had great casting for the young Kreese. And everything.
An old Kreese and a young Kreese.
Yeah, I needed an old Kreese and a young Kreese. But yeah, going to like the main part of this season.
If you don't mind, I actually want to talk a little bit more about like Kreese real quick.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say that, like, looking at how Kreese is, and from a lot of things I've heard, especially from vets and stuff, is that with like what Kreese is going through, there's a lot of times, vets, when they come back from deployments and things, especially like how he was, they a lot of the time kind of still feel like in that mindset of they are still in war. Right. And that's probably what Kreese is going through too, is he feels like he's still kind of in that mindset of, I am still, kind of in this war, even though there is no war at home anymore.
Right. But now he's like warring karate dojos.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just he just kind of, I feel like it's something mentally that he feels that he has to continue this fight. Right. Between the dojos and stuff. And I think it'd honestly be kind of crazy if at the end, instead of just like, beating him and they, kick him out or whatever, if they actually try to help him out.
Yeah,
because
I think that's...
Kreese more than anything probably needs more help than he does.
Yeah. I don't think that Kreese is a character that will just, you defeat the bad guy and he's gone because he's bad. I think that possibly in the end, what could happen is, I wouldn't say a redemption, but possibly kind of like a sign that things can be better for him in the future, Yeah. Is like, I have this whole theory of how I think the next season or so will play out. I was planning on making a video for it, but I'm not sure if/when I'd ever end up getting to it, or how much this kind of theory will evolve or whatever. So I'll just say it now. Say it for all the people here in stream right now. But kind of my, I guess, like, dark theory or whatever, as far as what I think is going to happen in these next couple of seasons is, so seasons 1 and 2 were kind of like their own little arc. Yeah. Right. And then, so I think 3 and 4 now will be its own little arc, and supposedly they have plans up to season 6, so then 5 and 6 will kind of be the tail end of that. So if 3 and 4 are their own story, and it's the middle chapter of this possible 6-season story, right? Maybe seasons 1 and 2 are like, we can compare this to Star Wars all day, is like maybe 1 and 2 is their New Hope. 3 and 4 is their Empire Strikes Back, and then 5 and 6 is Return of the Jedi. Yeah. So the whole ultimatum at the end of the season, obviously, is, so Kreese is like, hey, Cobra Kai, if we beat you at the tournament, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, get out of here. But, Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang karate. But if they win, then Kreese is out. Yeah. But we have Kreese at the end of the season call his old war buddy, Terry Silver, from Cobra Kai 3. Yeah. Which, again, we still need to watch, but just from little bits of research and watching other videos and stuff like that, we know that Terry Silver was kind of like the guy that came in Cobra Kai 3. He was just rich and powerful, and he had all this influence. So if that will obviously still be the case for this next season, I think with Terry Silver in Cobra Kai's corner, and now also Robbie as his kind of prize student now, I think Cobra Kai definitely has a chance to come out on top. And I think it would be super interesting if, obviously you got Daniel and Johnny now training both of their dojos together. Why wouldn't they beat Cobra Kai? Why wouldn't they, beat the bad guy? Yeah. But I think that would actually be a really, really interesting dynamic. Yeah. Yeah. Is if they actually lost and they got basically kicked out. If they actually, lost, what that kind of remind me of is, what if they have to go to like Okinawa or something again? I don't think they're really gonna like leave the whole town, but
I think they're gonna like stop. What was it like? They have to like stop doing karate or something like that. I don't know, but something like that. And I think that they're gonna go on like their own kind of journey to I don't know, figure something out.
I have no clue.
Or they might move in and try to tell Kreese, yo, this is not
right.
good,
And
man.
then season 5 and 6 just have to be them like kind of coming back from it,
What if some people in Cobra Kai go a little too far for Kreese? Like, what if that happened? Like, what if they get so far into it that they start doing things that Kreese doesn't even like anymore? That would be kind of
maybe
crazy.
maybe that could happen with Terry Silver.
Yeah, like maybe what if they like leave this kind of seed? Like, let's say like they lose and they leave this seed in his mind, in John Kreese's mind, that like maybe you can be better or something.
Right.
And maybe he tries to look at it like that, and throughout the next couple seasons and things, maybe Terry Silver is going to be the villain.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
possible
gonna
as
come
well.
in and just be like, "You were always weak, Kreese," or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
What if Kreese is gonna have to come begging to them and just say, "He took my dojo now"?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
like
there's some really interesting stuff that could happen with that in the next couple of seasons.
But overall, I just think the season was just great. I think it was a solid like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a few things, of course, here and there.
Right, but no, I think that this season overall was such a great season, such a great step in the right direction for what's going to happen with the next couple of seasons, hopefully.
Yeah. Also, real question: when is my man's Johnny Lawrence going to be able to get Carmen? When is he going to get a break?
Yeah. Now he's just got to prepare for the battle of the dojos.
Yeah. Wasn't that something in Kicking It too?
I don't. Oh,
they need to bring
God.
in Kicking It. They need to bring in the guy.
So did you see the theory? Yeah, it's like
he needs to be like Johnny, Terry Silver.
Oh yeah, he's like Terry Silver's just like, okay, yeah, it's like bring this guy in too. That'd be funny. That would be hilarious. I think it's great how, if we mentioned this, it's like, back in the day when we were younger, we would watch Kicking It. That was the show on Disney XD.
Kicking It was Cobra Kai before Cobra Kai.
Kicking It was Cobra Kai before Cobra Kai. Kicking It was made because of the popularity of Karate Kid, and then obviously then Cobra Kai came out, and it's like, nah, this is the real stuff. And this one's edgier, but it's still really good.
They have to bring him in though at some point.
That would also be hilarious.
These characters are getting old at this point. Like, they're getting older.
I know. Well, that's the thing too. Is think about it. Yeah, it's the All Valley under 18 karate tournament or whatever. And I think after this next tournament, that this is like their last tournament.
Yeah.
So then what?
Under 18 anymore.
Then what? Do they go to like underground fighting rings?
Underground fighting rings.
Yeah. Underground karate fighting ring?
Tori might need it for the money.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, real quick though, like maybe 3 minutes ago, the stream just like died for a second. It seemed like
I saw that. Yeah,
it just like lagged and then came back.
It was just lagging. Yeah, it's back now.
I don't know. It just like I think it was an issue on YouTube's end, but anyway, I think it's all good now. I just wanted to acknowledge that we saw that.
I'm watching it,
yeah, we saw that. No, I saw it too. It just popped up and it was like no connection, and I'm like, what? Hello?
Yeah, it was just loading for me for a second. Then
it was just loading and then it came back, so it should be fine. I'm not sure how that's gonna translate into playback, but if that happened during playback, I am sorry. I have no control over that. But
any other topics for season 3 you want to talk about, really?
Yeah, just kind of like the fact that they know how to do this story as far as new characters and old characters, paying respect to the old characters, but also making you love the new characters. And
this is something that we were talking about before, right? Is that it's basically like if they did the Star Wars sequels,
correctly, like it is so good. Is the way that they have this. It's like the first season was it was Johnny's show, right? But you had that connection to the past with Cobra Kai with Daniel and Johnny, obviously, but then you were bringing in Miguel, you were bringing in all these other kids to come to Cobra Kai, and then just as we progress, it's interesting to see that we're getting more focus on on the kids and in their different dojos and stuff like that, but we're also getting more focus on the old characters. Like this season, who would have thought that we would have had a whole side plot where Daniel literally goes on a side quest to to Okinawa.
Yeah, he got to get them skill points.
He's got to get those skill points. He like meets up with old characters from Karate Kid 2. He like unlocks a new skill after training with Chosen, basically, and it's just like, that was so cool.
Actually, you know, I just thought about this. You know, what'd be the funniest thing ever?
What?
Is if in this next season that none of the dojos win. It's just like a random third party.
Oh yeah,
that wins.
Bobby Wasabi Dojo.
Bobby Wasabi Dojo.
Bobby Wasabi.
Bobby Wasabi Karate.
Bobby Wasabi Karate wins, and then everybody's so confused.
No, but actually that would be interesting.
That
like,
would be. That's a good theory too.
And like, what if they both like knock each other out? Like, as in, like, what if it's like let's say Miguel and Robbie, and let's say they're going at it, and you know, let's say like they both just like go too far, and like they're like, all right, both of you guys out, basically. You know, it's like this third dojo, you guys win. You know?
Oh, that would be interesting.
What if it's just like a random third party, like how Mr. Miyagi was?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Oh, but that would actually be interesting. Is that they like
that'd be a good intro to a new character, though.
Right, but no, I like what you were saying too. Is like, what if they fight too hard and they both get disqualified?
Yeah, and they can't go back to the
That would be interesting.
18.
That would be interesting too. Yeah. But
rip the All Valley champs.
Rip the All Valley champs.
Yeah.
But
I will.
Wait, no. Continue what were you saying?
I was just gonna say that something that's actually interesting is this is something that I feel like Star Wars should try to do as well.
Oh yeah.
Is they make but I mean I'm just saying in the sense of like after like the first season, everybody was saying Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. You know, like that's basically like making the Empire look like the good guys. You know, and I think that could actually be very interesting, like a Empire show where you know. It's about the Empire being good. It's like that one episode of Mandalorian where, like, you know, the Empire comes in. And they're like, "Oh, the Empire."
Well, that's kind of what I thought that they were gonna do with Battlefront 2, with their campaign. Is the fact that like they were like, "Oh, this is an Imperial story. This is from the side of the Empire, whatever." But like 3 or 4 missions in, the main character's already swapping sides, and it's like, nah, we don't. No Empire in here. All my homies hate the Empire.
Honestly, yeah.
So you know, I don't know. I think where a lot of these other franchises falter a little bit, Cobra Kai knows what to do and where to go, and how to, like I said, honor the past and embrace the future.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's ever been like a bad episode of this show.
No,
I'm knocking on wood. But like this show's been
there has not
like
been a bad episode,
24/7.
and I think that the way that the episodes are actually laid out as well. You were mentioning this, like just the beginning of the episode, how it's like it just like something crazy happens, and then just Cobra Kai.
It has like coolest intros.
It's so good. Cool intro. Like the music is great. It still kind of has an 80s vibe, even though it's present day, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think there's
also speaking of bringing back and, you know, doing characters well, I think Allie was done perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Coming in and not messing anything up, and she just
she was just like,
hey, I got him a lesson.
Yeah, she's like, hey, I got some wisdom for you.
Yeah, wisdom.
And
I think that also really shows how the characters grew.
Oh yeah.
And how, you know, also it kind of shows something funny about Daniel, is how he said, "Oh, I thought that, you know, the guy was trying to hit on my girl," basically.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Well, no, it's also
the
interesting.
Line, I heard you were I heard you were the bully in high school.
Right. It's just it is cool how it kind of makes you rethink something that came out in, I also think probably in the 80s, right? Yeah. Was it 84? Hold on.
Wonder Woman 1984
Hold on.
shows up in Cobra Kai. I need to look this up.
I'm looking it up. June 22nd, 1984.
Wonder Woman 1984 can be good, but it's
1984 as well. That's
it's kind of funny.
That's interesting. That's hilarious. Well before
your screen got so bright.
Oh my god, yeah, it got Yeah, it washed out so bad. But anyway, I don't care. I didn't turn on dark mode, but you know, it
Honestly,
is
just 10 out of 10 show, man.
10 out of 10 show. Would recommend if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. We didn't really spoil too much. I mean, we kind of spoiled a lot of it, but not too much. We didn't go into super details on it, but too many details. But
yeah,
overall, yeah, such a good show. If you were on the fence about it, watch it. Like, even if you haven't seen the original Karate Kid movies, I'd say still watch the show. Watch the show. They give you all the background you need in the context of the show when it's necessary. From all the perspectives, when it's necessary.
Even the third perspective, Ali's perspective.
Yeah, so like all that's in there. And then if you really like the show and you want more, go back and watch the movies, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's
also Tazz, this is another reason why you gotta go ahead and watch The Boys, because Ali's character's in The Boys season 1.
Yeah, you're right. You told me about that.
Gotta go watch The Boys now.
Yeah, I do have to watch The Boys.
Great show.
Such a great show. Cobra Kai.
You haven't even watched it.
I'm saying Cobra Kai is a great show.
I'm talking about both of them.
Okay. But yeah, anyway, okay. Anyway, I think that's probably it for Cobra Kai at this point.
Yeah, there's really not much to talk about.
No, there's really not much, but yeah, no, I mean, there's not
you know
too
what
much
you
to
get
break
is kind of face value.
Right. And I like that.
A little bit deeper than that, but yeah.
Right. I like that. I mean, there's some deep stuff to think about, like with the Hawk's redemption arc and stuff like that. Like that's a little. That was
you're bloody spoiling it.
I don't care. We said we were talking about spoilers. We said we were talking about spoilers. Well, if you haven't seen the show, you don't know who Hawk is, and you're not going to remember by the time you go watch it.
Yeah, no, it's Hawk and Dove, guys.
Yeah, Hawk and Dove.
This is a Secret Titan season 3.
Titan season 3. But yeah, okay. We'll move on. We'll move on from Cobra
Moving
Kai.
on from one TV show to another.
From one TV show to another TV show. If you guys have any more Cobra Kai thoughts, theories, speculation, questions, throw them in chat. We'll see them for sure. But yeah, so moving on to the next TV show of note.
I just realized that was like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're making good time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're making good time.
All right, WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah. So first MCU thing in over a year. MCU is finally back. WandaVision dropped the first 2 episodes over on Disney Plus, and it seems like there's another reason other than Mando now to have Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
It's really good.
I feel like it's something that's not gonna be for everybody, and it's gonna be a little bit slower.
That too. Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like it's great. I feel like it's something that we haven't seen before, and that's what I'm like. That's what I really want from the new MCU titles. Is something different that we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
so many of the MCU movies are so formulaic, and it's just like
that is exactly what I said afterwards. It breaks that traditional MCU formula, and if you're somebody who really loves that and doesn't like any deviation from that, you might not like this show. You might not, if you don't have that. Well, here, I saw Jeremy Johns talk about this. Really respect his opinion on a lot of things, and he made a really good point, is that if you come in to watch this show and you don't have an MCU background, you don't really know much about the MCU, on the surface level, it's just a bad parody of a sitcom, and that's what it's supposed to be. But there are going to be a lot of people that come into it not really expecting much and just see it surface level, surface value, first 2 episodes, and they're like, this isn't for me.
But if all they're gonna do is just
right. But if you really, if you have that MCU background, if you have kind of an idea and you're picking up a little bit on these Easter eggs, you see that it's a lot deeper than that. You realize that from episode 1 to episode 2, even there's a big change as they're going from 50s to 60s. Then episode 3 will be 70s, and I'm assuming 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then and then they'll go into traditional MCU stuff. Yeah,
and I mean, I think that's something that I hope that the new MCU does. is I feel like, again, as I was saying, so many things are so formulaic, and I want them to do the crazier, weird things. Are they going to lose a few fans over it? Yeah, but I mean, they already lost a whole bunch of fans after Endgame. A lot of people are already done.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that dropped off after Endgame, but
and it's just like, honestly, I want some of the weird stuff.
I do too, and this is I think that WandaVision marks a rebirth of sorts for the MCU. Is like,
and are there going to be less people that watch it? Sure, but I don't care.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the technicality on this is. I think they said when it came out, it was part of Phase 4. What are we in right now? 4? Or is this
phase? New
is
phase?
This 4?
I don't know.
Is this 4?
Phase up?
I don't know. Whatever. So, anyway, Endgame was the end of a phase. But they originally, I think, said that Spider-Man Far From Home was the beginning of the next phase.
I thought it was the
but
end.
Then I think then I think they backtracked it and said that was that then Far From Home was kind of like the epilogue.
Yeah, but I think that this stuff is going to be more like time travel and dimensional and space stuff that a lot of people are going to get confused by.
Right. Well, WandaVision. Okay, so. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure I said that already, but spoilers, right? So spoilers if you haven't seen it, go away. But yeah, so I think that WandaVision is the start of the next MCU phase. It is here to introduce the idea of the multiverse, different dimensions, all this magical, crazy stuff, because I think, my idea right now is that obviously we know that this ties into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness because Scarlet Witch is going to be in that movie. And that movie is actually filming right now, or was filming, and then they had to put a halt on it for a bit. They had to put a little halt on that for a bit, and it'll be back filming, I'm sure, at some point. I think it's filming in the UK. But so Multiverse of Madness, that's happening. WandaVision is kind of that introduction to the idea that we'll get more of in Multiverse of Madness. So I'm thinking that if you guys know how powerful Wanda is in the comics,
the most powerful.
I think she's the most powerful character in the MCU right now.
Most definitely, yeah.
Easily. So my idea is that she has, after Endgame, just kind of gone crazy. Can't take it anymore. Vision's gone. A lot of people died. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Freaks out. Makes her own pocket dimension, which is now the show of WandaVision.
Westview.
Right, which is the town and all the people in it. Which is now kind of progressing throughout different eras, like we said, 50s, 60s, 70s onwards. And they seem to remember in certain things of what happened outside of this, but also are kind of in a blissful ignorance to the fact that there is an outside world, So, I think it's I think Wanda has, like you said at one point, is she thinks that she has full control over what's going on in here.
Yeah.
I think Vision is a little less privy to that information.
Yeah. I mean, also, if you remember in the first episode, he was kind of like, what the heck is going on here? He's like,
right.
What are we doing in this,
yeah, he's like, what are we doing here? Yeah, it's like, why did you move here? What do you...
Well, no, I'm talking about when he was the first scene that we really saw of him by himself, when he was in the computing place or wherever the heck he was.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do we do here?
What do we do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I even doing? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's true. So and then we saw at the end of episode 2, or towards the end of episode 2, is that Wanda has some sort of control over this thing, whatever's going on. She has some sort of control over everything, and she knows a little bit more than she's letting on right now, but obviously she doesn't know everything.
Yeah. You want me to take over here?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I've seen lots of videos explaining literally almost every single little detail. I've looked at almost every single little details, like I'm Glaz, if you know that one. And basically, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. Basically, what the main idea of what's going on here is that Starlaz mug is that what's it called? That the I just blanked for a second. Is that the whole dome kind of area, like it's under the dome or something? And yeah, you got that joke.
Yes, I did.
Is that I'm just totally messing up my words here.
Say words.
Yes. So the dome is basically people are under control in this area. So all the people that we see, at least the idea is that they are real people, that they're just basically being mind controlled into thinking that they are in this town. And they all have to believe it. It's like in the situation where Dottie was like, who is that on the radio? Who are you? Basically, what is going on? She doesn't even know, right? Because she doesn't know what's going on here. So they're basically all being tricked into thinking that they are living in this universe. Either it can be done by Wanda, or what the other theory is that what's going on is that, well, not the other theory, but the other part of the theory is that Agnes is working with Mephisto being the devil in the universe, the Marvel cinematic universe, or just the Marvel universe in general, being able to bring Mephisto into the universe, which would be great. And Agnes is possibly based off of a character from the comics named like Agatha or something like that.
Yeah.
And what she does is basically tries to push Wanda to, make, babies, to make kids, which is for the kids,
for the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
And what they're really trying to do is let her make those children, so then Mephisto can basically siphon off the energy from them to I don't know, get more powerful or whatever. I don't really remember completely of what the comic was about, but
right.
Basically, there's also hints at it, like their license plate was like 0102, which was the comic number of it.
Yeah, and then I know that like the August 24th date had a
August 23rd
or 23rd, something like that. Yeah, that had a comic tie as well.
Yes,
I think like one of the animated things, like either it was like showing the insides of Vision, or it might have been that animated intro, which was really cool. Yeah. I know there was something that it looked like Galactus's head or something.
That wasn't Galactus's head. That was supposed to be the Grim Reaper's helmet.
Oh, the Grim Reaper helmet.
The Grim Reaper is a MC, well, not MC, is a Marvel Comics character.
But is he more powerful than Marvel's Santa?
No, Santa's a G in the Marvel universe.
Marvel's Santa. Yo, actually, well, we know that they're gonna have a Halloween episode. What if they do have a Christmas episode? No, Marvel's Santa.
That's up for Spider-Man 3, which is
Spider-Man. Movie. Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is a Christmas movie, and I'm calling it now Spider-Man: Home for the Holidays.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. But continue.
But honestly, that's about it. As he was saying as well, there was the helmet of what's his name, of the
Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper, yeah. The Grim Reaper under like the floorboards. It's kind of like a Simpsons reference too. And also, it's there are bones in there. This is skeletons in the closet joke from Mr. Hart. And
are there any skeletons in your closet, Vision?
Yeah, I don't have a skeleton, sir.
Oh no, I don't eat food.
Yeah, and also just on top of that, just Agnes. If you really look at the episodes and look at Agnes as like a villain, basically you can really see that what she's trying to do is kind of slowly manipulate Wanda. She's the first friend that she makes, and she basically tells her what to do. When she picked up the helicopter, she was like, "Hi," as in like,
so look at that. I think that the interesting thing about that is that they're kind of trying to trick us in a way to think that all the stuff with Sword and the radio and whoever's watching the show in the show. Yeah. They're trying to make us think that they are the bad guys, I think.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah, and what they're really trying to do is, I think that that with what Agnes is trying to do, and Mephisto, if it is Mephisto, Agnes and Mephisto, is they're trying to trick Wanda into thinking that Sword, as he was just saying,
Right, they're trying to, they're trying to.
They are the ones that are bad, and that
but Sword is actually the good guys.
Saying things as in like, oh, do you need help or whatever with the Dottie scene. That's why they just straight up blew up the radio, so then they couldn't communicate with Wanda, and they broke the glass. They made Dottie break the glass to fix all the issues and just basically patch the holes that were just broken and just say, you didn't see any of that.
Yeah, like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and then what's it called? So no, is the fact that they also Monica Rambeau's in this show.
Yes,
but she's using a fake name.
Yeah,
right now. But she's probably working with Sword. She was sent in here. Yeah. Wait. Did she appear before or after the helicopter?
After the helicopter, I guess. But everybody was in Dottie's house, remember?
Right. But we didn't see, right, I know, but we didn't see her until after the helicopter.
Yeah, I guess. But also, something I just thought of is with the whole devil analogy, right?
Right.
What if it's kind of like, what if Monica Rambeau is like on one shoulder and Agnes is on the other shoulder?
Right, the
angel and the devil basically on each shoulder.
Well, but also Monica Rambeau is also super powerful as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, maybe what if she did come in on the helicopter and that's how she got in there and then just...
She might have, yeah.
That's a possibility.
But I mean, the other thing is also a lot of people are thinking that whenever anything comes in the dome, whoever is inside the dome that has control, either it's Mephisto, Agnes, and also Wanda, can manipulate the things that are inside. I think that maybe it's whatever is inside they can manipulate however they want to.
And now they're trying to make it seem like Wanda has control over what's going on, and they want her to think that she has control, where she does in certain situations. But I think ultimately, like you said, I think it's ultimately Mephisto and stuff.
Yeah, and also the other thing about the helicopter coming in is that, I mean, if you really heard it, it sounds like a helicopter was crashing.
Right.
And then it just sounds like it just shrunk down and just slammed in the bushes,
Right, exactly.
And then, again, with Agnes outside, she was kind of trying not to let the messenger or the paper boy come on by and put some mail inside her mailbox.
Right.
Probably because she was like,
maybe it was going to be a message.
Right,
maybe it was going to be a message from Sword. And the Sword connection... Obviously, we hear the voice on the radio. Wanda, listen to me, whatever.
Wanda, who's doing this to you?
Right. So I don't know why we thought it sounded like Cap, but
I don't know why either.
It kind of does, but like
it does. It kind of does.
I don't know why it does, but it's obviously not. But
if it most likely is Captain America, then
most likely it's the agent dude from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Also, wait, hold on. It's funny because he was getting all worked up about Scott's magic tricks.
Yeah.
And then now it's
real magic tricks.
Now it's some real magic. And then the other theory was that the person at the desk watching the show and everything at Sword was what's her name from the Thor movies that's also going to be in here.
Yeah. What's her name?
I don't even know, but the character, right? That Thor character, not
Wait, which one? Which Thor character?
The character that was Natalie Portman's friend,
the scientist lady.
Yeah, the scientist lady.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is.
I don't know either.
But you know what we're trying to say.
Hold on, let me find it.
You guys know what we mean.
In Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah. Yeah,
her name is Darcy Lewis.
Okay. Yeah. So people are saying that it was Darcy at the desk with the Rode Procaster and stuff next to her.
Could be, yeah.
So also, why the heck did she have a Rode Procaster?
Probably
was I the only person that realized that? She's trying to do a podcast from Sword.
No.
She's trying to do a podcast from Sword. That's kind of funny.
Interesting.
But yeah, so I think the bottom line is they're trying to make us think that Sword are the bad guys, but they're actually the good guys trying to help Wanda out of this pocket dimension that she probably created, but now Mephisto has kind of trapped her in her own mind.
Yeah. Just so then, she can make the kids.
Right. And then they
for
sent
the children.
For the children, but then they sent Monica Rambeau in to try to help things move along.
And Agnes is in there to as well to kind of manipulate her. Yeah,
and then she's in there on behalf of Mephisto. But then the other thing too is the Beekeeper, which brings in the whole AIM connection, because we saw like the
honeycomb logo,
logo, and all that stuff.
24/7. That was in both of the endings and one of the intros.
Right, because like it changed from like a diamond shape, like the Mind Stone, to then I guess it was like a hexagon, right?
Yeah, the
hexagonal honeycomb. Yeah,
but honestly, I don't think that the Beekeeper really has much to do. I think it just really shows that people are still trying to get in somehow.
Yeah, I think.
And, it seems like he came in from under the sewers, and from what the trailers and things look like, it just looks like what it is just a giant dome that people are trapped in.
Right.
And the thing is, you can try to get inside, but you also might get kicked out.
Yeah, kind of like a Truman Show type of thing.
And if you realize Monica Rambeau, she's one of the characters in the trailer that gets kicked out for some odd reason. We don't really know why, at least right now. Maybe she says something and she's like, "Oh, we're here to get you out." And then she's like, "I don't like you because you're not here for me." And she chooses Agnes over her, and then she kicks her out.
Right.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is this show right now is not quite as trippy as it's going to get. I mean, also it's already... Really what were you saying?
No, I was just saying that it also uses a lot of her past in it as well.
Oh,
with like the Stark tech, with the Striker watch, with the I don't know if you saw it, but in the second episode, next to the kitchen, there's the mural of, well, not the mural, but the picture on the wall of the Hydra base that they were stuck in for a whole while. And then also the Iron Man, not the Iron Man, but the Stark tech toaster. Yeah,
the Stark toaster.
It had like a red light.
Right, and it kind of sounded like a bomb about to.
Yeah, which was the bomb that her and her brother Quicksilver almost died by.
Right.
Didn't. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it really is. But as far as like other characters that could pop up, like we might see Doctor Strange by the end of this.
He probably will pop up. Yeah.
I really want to see a version of Quicksilver possibly pop back up. And then I guess the other big question too is, has Wanda actually somehow brought Vision back to life, or is this just fake Vision?
I think that she's gonna have to learn to get over Vision, and I think that the only thing that she might have left is maybe her kids with the Vision. They
I think they're gonna disappear by the end of this too.
They could,
yeah,
but I don't know. It really depends on how important they're trying to,
Right, but this is, but it's kind of upsetting though, is because this could be the last we see of Vision, and it's not really even him.
Well, it could be. It could be like that she kind of just brings him back, but he can only be in that little pocket dimension that they're in.
Maybe.
And I don't know, or maybe she made a deal with the devil or something.
I don't know. All I know is it's.
I mean, he's not really he's not a real person. He's just trapped in the Mind Stone.
Well, I mean, is he trapped in the Mind Stone?
Well, not trapped in the Mind Stone, but he's basically powered by the Mind Stone. Right, he's
powered by the Mind Stone. So, but what I'm thinking, though, is as long as we can find a different power source for him,
True,
and I feel like Wanda's powerful enough to possibly make that power source.
Yeah, I mean, also the other thing is she might have
even be that power source.
She might also have to work with Doctor Strange to find said power source.
Right. That actually could be interesting too. You're right. Is maybe that's Multiverse of Madness a little bit. Is she's tagging along, be like, okay, hey, maybe you can help me fix Vision permanently.
Yeah, or maybe there's another universe where she died and Vision, was alive, and then she takes
something. I don't know, something crazy. But
honestly, this show, I'm really excited to see where it's going to be.
So excited to see more of this.
It's really good, actually.
It really is. Like I wasn't gonna say I wasn't excited for it, because I was excited, but I didn't really know much of what the direction for the show was going to be. But once I've seen it now, and again, we don't know everything. There's no way we could know everything. But it seems like it is going to be trippy and insane and have a lot of big multiversal implications for the future of the MCU with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and then I guess Spider-Man 3 as well, because we're getting all these other versions of Spider-Man and Daredevil and so much.
What if they do
gonna be
all this
crazy?
and then in the end it's just like Mysterio was just behind it? That would actually be kind of sad.
That would be stupid. That would be stupid.
Knows?
That would be stupid.
Who knows?
No. But
anyway, I mean, that's all I really gotta say about
yeah, that's kind of all I have to say as well on those first couple of episodes. I'm excited for episode 3, and yeah, if we make this a regular thing as far as streaming on Sundays during the day before Batwoman, which, you know, we'll try it again maybe next week as well, or we'll maybe stream Saturday night, go back to that.
Yeah.
But we'll try to talk about this show week to week as much as we can. And I just think it's going to get more crazy as we continue. It's going to be a weekly release, and then I think we're maybe getting like a week or two off, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier starts right afterwards.
Yeah.
So WandaVision, it's 9 episodes, all 30 to 40 minutes, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier is 6 episodes, I think 40 to 60 minutes. So yeah,
a lot of shows to watch.
Black Widow's going to come out at some point this year as well. So MCU is back in full force. Is Spider-Man 3 supposed to come out like by the end of this year?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Even if it was supposed to come out at the end of this year, if it's filming now, I don't see it coming out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like a early spring, possible summer release next year. That's my thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it for Marvel. But Marvel's back in full force, and I'm excited.
So am I. Yeah, I mean, if WandaVision is a good example of what the rest of the universe is really going to be looking like in the future.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I am too, and I think whoever came up with the Disney Plus series idea and to have everything connected to the movies this closely,
they deserve a raise.
Spot on. So, you know, let's move over to DCTV stuff though.
Yep.
Because we are nearing the hour mark, probably go another like 10-15 minutes. But we are getting the return of DCTV finally tonight at 8 o'clock. We're only a couple hours away at this point now. It's what 2.5 hours? 2 hours? Hour and a half?
No, should be 2 hours, yeah. Or
2 hours. What is it? 8 o'clock.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do math.
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, I can't do math. I'm sorry. But yeah. So Batwoman season 2 premiere tonight at 8 p.m. I'm very excited to finally have that back on. It's going to be weird watching a show with commercials because we've been watching so many streaming series.
Actually, yeah. I didn't actually even think about that.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not a streaming
thing. That's weird actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get used to it again.
We're going to have to get used to it, yeah.
We'll have to get used to it again. First world problems.
Honestly, yeah.
But it seems like this season of Batwoman obviously is going to be kind of that soft reboot for the series. We're obviously having a new lead, but we're also having a lot of stuff from last season carry over. We're having a new mystery with Kate Kane is gone. What do we do with that? New Batwoman comes in, has to take up the mantle, but we're also carrying things over from last season. Alice, Hush, Bruce Wayne, the character of Sophia that was mentioned, but is now going to be a big threat this season. Black Mask will play a part this season as well. I made a whole video on that. It seems like the season is going to be packed as far as villains are concerned.
It just seems like it's gonna be packed in general.
It's gonna be packed in general. It's got a
gonna be-
lot.
I think it's gonna be really good. I hope it is, but there's also
me
a
too.
chance that some things just might not land.
Yeah,
But I mean that's what happens when there's just a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah,
going on,
it's gonna be a little difficult.
Yeah.
I think to kind of, I don't want to say reinvent the wheel, because I don't think that they really even found their footing last season as much as you would have liked.
Yeah.
Or as much as I would have liked, but I think this season they know a lot more about what worked and what didn't work in season 1. They know the new direction that they would like to take the show, and it seems like there's just a reinvigorated sense of energy with the cast, and bringing in Javicia Leslie as the new Batwoman. She seems to be very excited about playing this character, and that's seemingly rubbed off on the rest of the cast. They seem really excited for this season as well, which has made me really excited, and I think it might be the show that I've covered the most in this little break period, because, well, I mean, the most information has come out about it, because they basically have to remarket the show.
But yeah, they basically have to do the show.
It's pretty much a new show.
Yeah.
You know,
season 1 is basically just like forget about it.
Yeah, season 1, forget about it. Some of these characters are coming back, some of these characters aren't.
Season 1.5, come on, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. It is a season 1.5. But yeah, so Batwoman's coming out tonight. And then the rest of the Arrowverse is going to come back over the next few weeks. I think Black Lightning's coming back, like beginning of February, beginning to mid-February, something like that. This is its last season. And then another, I guess we can say another new show with Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
it is a new show, but I'd say, I guess, another, because, you know, Batwoman can still kind of be considered a new show. But so new show, Superman and Lois, that one I'm also really excited for. I'd say like my top 3 this year: Batwoman, Superman and Lois, and then Stargirl season 2.
Yeah, I think Stargirl is really going to be good. I actually think that Supergirl is going to be really good this year too.
I do too, but the only question around Supergirl is the fact that there's obviously all these issues with when Melissa is going to be back to start filming, and I don't think she's even back yet, and the show has been filming. So there are rumors that they might end up delaying it to the fall.
I'd be fine with that.
Which I would be fine with, right? Yeah, exactly. It's the final season, right? It's the final season. They've got to take the time that they need to go back, refilm things, and, you know. So exactly. Is honestly, the longer they wait, the better, because if they delay it, then there's possibilities that some restrictions could be lifted, and there could be more crossover, and there could be, you know, possible.
She's gotta do something, as in like a crossover, at least one last time.
Well, I think at least in the final episode, we should see certain characters like we saw in the Arrow finale, like Barry, Kara. They all showed up at the funeral for Oliver. So I think that in some capacity, at least Barry and Clark, and they need to show up this season.
Yeah, my only question is, how are they going to end it? Is she just going to like fly away and just like, you know, go have a happy life?
The idea right now floating around is that she's going to go to the future with Mon-El.
That would make sense. Yeah,
so,
she did that actually in Justice League. Limited,
and I don't think that. I don't think that that's a bad idea for how they can end it. Supposedly, like the Fatal Five is going to play a role this season.
That'd be interesting, because they got to finish up what's it called, Leviathan.
Yeah, so they got to finish up Leviathan. They got to also deal with Lex.
Yeah.
Because
Lex is always an issue,
right? But then there's a different Lex on I said Smallville, Superman and Lois, yeah.
Smallville
2.0, yeah. But yeah, and then also the idea of crossovers. They came out and said that, hey, we know we said that there's going to be a Batwoman and Supergirl crossover. No, it was Batwoman and Superman and Lois. Batwoman, Superman and Lois crossover. That's not happening anymore because just logically it cannot happen. There cannot be crossover between the different crews and stuff, so that's not going to happen this year. But kind of the thing to make up for that is going to be the Diggle stuff. Is we heard about that a while ago, is that Diggle is going to be back on like 4 or 5 different episodes, and he's also going to direct a few episodes as well. And he's going to play some random mysterious character on Legends. He's most likely going to be Green Lantern for a lot of this stuff.
Think about it. Aliens. He's going to be up in space now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. And I think that is our kind of replacement for a crossover, is just Diggle will pop up throughout the Arrowverse this season.
Honestly, I think he's going to be the best Green Lantern, because
I do too.
He's going to be like Jon Stewart Green Lantern. I love Jon
And it's funny too, is I remember us making a joke about that. Like, well before this was announced, we were like, yeah, what if Diggle just pops up throughout the Arrowverse, just comes in and is like, Diggle.
I do remember that.
And then just like moves on. And I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
And they were like, oh, but they can't do that.
Right. It's like, they would never do that. And then they're doing it. So it's like, okay. Sure.
They're the viewer that keeps on jumping in here and just watching our streams.
Yeah. So yeah, whoever over at the CW is watching our streams, thank you.
I bet it's
yeah. No, but also other show that we didn't talk about, funny enough, Flash. What are you thinking for this season? Because that
could be good, could be bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, and then another thing. Wait, no. I don't know if we already said this, but the Green Arrow and Canary shows.
Oh yeah, Green Arrow and the Canaries, that has been axed. Yeah.
Debunked. It's gone. No more.
Yep. And did you hear that they threw it over to HBO Max also, and they passed as well on it, like a couple days later. There's no need for it.
The show is done, basically.
There's no need for it, and it's unfortunate that they wasted like half of Arrow's final season setting up a spinoff that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Arrow's final season hitting the bullseye or missing the mark. Wink, wink, nod, nod. One day we'll go back and retrospective the heck out of that season. But yeah, so I think this season, or this, I guess we'll say this season of DCTV is
the first season without Arrow.
This is the first full year without Arrow. It's been as of like, I think it already happened, but I think we've already passed the 1-year anniversary of the Arrow finale.
Yeah, but we're gonna still be getting more Flash, thankfully.
Yeah, we're still getting more Flash.
And also Supergirl's about to go. The trio is dying.
Yeah, and it's crazy that the only bit of, I guess, OG Arrowverse left is Flash and somehow Legends.
Yeah, I don't think Legends is going to go anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think so either, because everything. Did you see that? Did you see that interview that came out with Mark Pedowitz, the head of CW?
No.
Is he basically like, when he was referring to Legends, he was referring to it pretty much as like one of their prized things. Like, yeah, anything can happen over here. It really is. It's like
we can do whatever we want. You know, it's their Guardians of the Galaxy kind of. You know.
Yeah,
I guess Guardians can't really do whatever, but still, you know what I'm saying.
Right, it's like they have the freedom to do so much on that show.
They're gonna do aliens. Last season they did like magic, and then the season before that it was like dimensions and time travel.
I still think that they need to do multiverse travel at some point on Legends, but
they don't even know the multiverse exists right now.
Right, and I think
they haven't done aliens yet, and they're gonna do aliens. So that's cool.
Right. But I think going back to Flash though. I think once we get this new Speed Force built, which should happen within the first probably few episodes, we're gonna get rid of Mirror Master. That should all be done in the first few episodes as well. And then we've supposedly got Godspeed at some point. Maybe they'll bring back that Reverse Flash stuff that was supposedly going to be teased at the end of last season, but wasn't. We saw that a character description came out for a new villain that's probably going to be recurring, but not somebody major. Chillblaine.
I don't know who that is.
He's basically like a pretentious Captain Cold. That's about it. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what his whole thing is going to be, but yeah, he's a scientist. He's kind of like a scummy scientist that made his own cold gun.
Everybody has like something to do with a cold.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, cold gun being cold and cold this and cold that.
Cold this, cold that, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, Chillblaine's going to be a thing. I think Godspeed is kind of going to be the quote-unquote main villain, but by the end, he's not really going to be a villain because Godspeed in the comics is not really a villain. So
yeah, hopefully he becomes a good guy. Like, you know,
yeah, I mean, he'll be. I think he'll be an antagonist for a bit of this season, but he's not going to be a full-on villain. I think he's probably being controlled by whoever the main villain is. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
He's being controlled and manipulated, and then will eventually end up kind of joining Team Flash, at least for this season, to stop whoever the big threat is.
Honestly, there's so much in this next season, most definitely. So
yeah. Oh, and there is a lot to look forward to. But speaking though of Chillblaine again, but did you see the set pictures that came out from Canada Graphs like a week or so ago, where it seemed like Frost was out and about, and she was like being targeted by CCPD for some reason? So it seems like because they think that Chillblaine is her, or like she is what. Yeah, I think that's kind of that connection there. But that's kind of all I wanted to say on that.
Yeah, but I think that most definitely coming back this season. I mean, she had to leave last season, because of baby or something.
Yeah, and she'll probably be back a lot sooner than she was originally going to be.
And it's because they could bring her back.
Right. Right.
Any other DCTV news?
Let's see.
Looks up on the internet.
No, I'm just looking at my note. I'm just looking at my notes here. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Unless anything crazy is happening right now, which I'm not gonna check Twitter. So, yeah, I think that's about that. Unless you have any final predictions for Batwoman, I think we are gonna wrap things up.
I think that's about it. I don't got anything. Yeah.
No. I was just taking a sip of coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's why I just like didn't say anything for a second. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Leave any final thoughts in there in the chat if you're watching on playback. Let us know what you thought of the stream. Let us know how excited you are for more Legion Lounge.
Tonight.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, Batwoman tonight. And yeah, just let us know what you thought of this new time. If we should go back to Saturday nights, probably not Sunday nights anymore because those will be busy because of Batwoman. But do you like Sunday during the day? Do you want us to do Saturday nights some other day? I don't know. Just let us know what you think about all of that in chat or down in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cobra Kai was great. WandaVision was great. Excited for DCTV. Wonder Woman 1984 was good, but it can be better. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream once again. Really appreciate every single one of you who come by, week to week and everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz and Strike, and we will see you guys in the next live stream.